নাইম, আমাদের সাথে আজকে আছেন ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ক্রিমিনাল কোর্টের চিফ প্রসিকিউটর জনাব করিম এ খান। উনি এসছেন নেদারল্যান্ডস থেকে এবং আপনারা জানেন যে রোহিঙ্গাদের উপর যে নিপীড়ন করা হয়েছিল সেই নিপীড়ন নিয়ে আইসিসি আলাদা করে একটি অনুসন্ধান চালাচ্ছে। সেই অনুসন্ধান চালানোর জন্য উনি বাংলাদেশে আসছেন। এটা ওনার প্রথম সফর। আমরা আসলে তার কাছ থেকে একটু শুনি যে সে বাংলাদেশে কেন আসছেন, কি করতে যাচ্ছেন এবং কোন কোন বিষয়গুলোকে তারা আলোচনায় রাখবেন। Mr. Khan, welcome to Channel 24 News Views.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure that we have the Chief Prosecutor of ICC. So it's a very new thing for my audience and for Rohingyas to understand what really ICC does. So I'd like to first know what is the main purpose of your visit to Bangladesh?
Well, the main purpose of the visit is to progress the investigations that we've been authorized to undertake. Bangladesh is an extremely well-respected state party. The Rome Statute makes it clear that certain behavior is not permitted. There needs to be justice and there needs to be accountability. And on this particular mission, I'm here to see the victims and survivors, many of whom have been given, with the great generosity of Bangladesh, safe refuge in Cox's Bazar and in that part of Bangladesh. And also to deepen the cooperation. The government of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has been very constant in supporting the rules-based system, the principles of international law, and really to work forward so that justice can not only be a promise but can be delivered.
Right. Are you going to see the Rohingyas on Cox's Bazar camps and listen to them, right?
Inshallah.
Inshallah, right. So it's leads to my second question, which is, if I'm not wrong, Myanmar is not a signatory to this court. In such moment, how you are really interested to know how you are going to do the investigation, because that's the place of occurrence or the crime.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's a very important question. What the judges ruled is that whilst Myanmar is not a state party, certain allegations also were partly committed on the territory of Bangladesh, which is a state party.
Okay.
For example, the crime of persecution or deportation. We conduct cases in the normal way. We gather evidence. We try to find reliable evidence and we look where it leads. And we make decisions based upon those core principles.
Right, and how long that might take?
Well, it changes in every single case. This case, authorization was given in 2019. The strictures of the COVID pandemic really prevented the depth of investigation that would ordinarily have taken place. Teams came here, but also they got sick with COVID. So that stalled matters, but we're trying now to reprioritize the investigations, and we will put proper resources to make sure we can do our best to fulfill our mandates.
Right. That leads to me another question, that is, how, as Myanmar is a signatory, then even if you're concluding
Bangladesh is a signatory.
Right. Even if you are concluding the case, then in that case, how you are going to issue some arrest warrants, or if it comes with a decision, how that will be implemented?
Well, we can't get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Firstly, I have an obligation to investigate incriminating and exculpatory evidence equally.
Okay.
If the evidence, in any case, whether it is Bangladesh, Myanmar, or any other case, leads in a certain direction, I have the obligation to make certain decisions, including whether or not the evidence suffices to make an application for a warrant of arrest or a summons. If I do that and it is granted by the judges, then the issue then is enforcement. But the process is well known and well laid out in the Rome Statute.
And there is no connection between ICC and ICJ, right?
No, the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, deals with state responsibility. It's a principal organ of the United Nations. The International Criminal Court deals with individual responsibility. The ICC can issue, judges of the court can issue warrants and summonses and decide responsibility, impose sentences, including imprisonment. The ICJ doesn't do that.
Okay. And how this warrant will be, say for example, ICC comes out with a warrant, and then how that will work out?
Well, in any case, if we get to that position, now I'm not talking about the investigation of Rohingya, but generally, if there is evidence and there is a warrant, then 123 state parties that have signed up to the Rome Statute, and any other state that believes in accountability either is required or otherwise can cooperate to execute judicial orders, and that's the basis of international law.
Right. Mr. Khan, that we all have seen that Myanmar is in absolute denial mode of doing, they have done this ethnic cleansing, which UN have recognized. So in such moment, I don't know how this will be possible, or it will come to an end of this kind of critical investigation, right?
Yes, I won't comment on the conduct of a state.
Right.
We're focusing on the conduct of individuals that across the world. We have 16 or 18 investigations over the world and various preliminary examinations. But we're dealing with the criminal conduct or alleged criminal conduct of individuals. And what we have seen, in fact, Bangladesh's old example is stamina can bring rewards. You yourselves have established a war crimes court for the terrible event of 1971.
Exactly.
Next door, close by in Cambodia, also a state party to the Rome Statute, there are trials underway for the ECCC, the Extraordinary Chambers of the Courts of Cambodia, that deal with allegations regarding Pol Pot's regime and the genocide there. So collectively, there's increasingly an understanding that for offences that could be genocide or war crimes or crimes against humanity, stamina is needed, and we need to move forward to deliver justice as obligated under the Rome Statute. And if we have that unity of purpose, if we have that common approach, sometimes fantastic things have been done. We have achieved this collectively as the international community in the former Yugoslavia, in Rwanda, in Sierra Leone, and of course I mentioned Cambodia and other examples.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope we all are really looking forward to this investigation, and I'm really looking forward to your proper purpose of the visit, and then maybe in the press conference we'll talk more, right?
Inshallah, let's hope so.
Thank you, sir. নাইম, আমরা কথা বলছিলাম জনাব খানের সাথে। উনি আমাদেরকে জানালেন যে উনি আশাবাদী, যেহেতু পৃথিবীর অন্যান্য রাষ্ট্রে এই ধরনের ঘটনার পরে সেখানে অনুসন্ধান করা গেছে এবং দোষীকে শাস্তি দেওয়া গেছে, হয়তো বা রোহিঙ্গাদের ক্ষেত্রেও একটু সময় লাগতে পারে, কিন্তু তাদের উপর যে নিপীড়ন চালানো হয়েছে তার প্রত্যুত্তর দেওয়া যাবে আইনের মাধ্যমে।
মোর্শেদ হাসিব, আপনাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।